Up on Mountain News at 6. We are roughly an hour away from the start of the Appalachia Rising Above Telethon and Concert. And some tips about what those impacted by flooding in Perry County can do to apply for loans.
You had a picture-perfect day throughout eastern Kentucky. Take advantage of this evening, but there are changes in the forecast. Details coming up.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening again. We are getting you set for the Appalachia Rising Above Flood Relief Telethon and Concert this evening. We are roughly an hour away from the event, which will air right here on WYMT. And you can see a live look at what's going on right now at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. The telethon and concert runs from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. The goal is to raise at least $250,000 for flood relief. And we want to show you some of the items you can bid on during the silent auction. Some of the items include a UK basketball signed by former Harlan County star and current Kentucky Wildcat Trent Noah, a signed helmet by former NASCAR great Dale Earnhardt Jr., some guitars autographed by Vince Gill, Dwight Yoakam, and others, plus much more. The rebuilding continues, with FEMA and other relief groups, along with volunteers, working to help the mountain people bounce back from all of the flood damage. But in some ways, it is not enough, as homeowners and business owners alike struggle with the process. WYMT's Amelia Lee shows us how these flood cleanup efforts are different than in July 2022.
Boots were on the ground, and folks have showed up to help from all over the country. Hazard Downtown Coordinator Bailey Richards says this flood proved to be difficult for cleanup efforts.
A lot of those groups kind of went into an area, did a lot of work all at once, and then unfortunately have already left because we've had a hard time connecting the groups to the projects that are out there.
Richards tracks flood-damaged buildings with crisis cleanup. Right now, she says at least 84 businesses and up to 350 houses were affected. But that number could grow up to 500 total impacted buildings.
So if people still do need help, we need to know about it as soon as possible, or else we will probably end up losing the rest of the volunteer groups that are coming in.
So far, only one business has told Richards they do not plan to reopen.
Make sure that you take advantage of every single resource. Show how needed it is. Take advantage of it. If you were flooded, this is for you.
Now urging folks to sign up for aid as soon as possible from groups like FEMA, the Red Cross, the Small Business Administration, and more.
I anticipate that as this goes forward, people realize the extent of damages, they see how much it's going to cost to rebuild, that number will likely go up.
Taking it all one day at a time. In Hazard, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
Richard says she and the Mountain Association will be at Hazard Coffee Company from 9 in the morning until noon on Friday for an informal information session to discuss disaster recovery loan programs for businesses. Students at Floyd Central High School are involved in the community, assisting during the Valentine's Day weekend flood as junior firefighters. WYMT's McKinley Galandrino talked to the students.
They are students from 8 to 3 and volunteer firefighters for the rest of the day. The Junior Firefighter program is an opportunity for students from the ages of 15 to 17 who want to experience the heat of a firefighter. Students at Floyd Central High School are taking advantage of the program, whether they are testing out the waters of what it's like to be a first responder or knowing that this is their calling.
I was born into a family of first responders, so it kind of came natural to me.
Chief Selena Thomas of Prestonsburg Fire Department says that this is a great experience for any student who wants to do this after high school, as a career or even as a volunteer.
You have most of the experience you need, the training hours. Like Nate, for instance, while he was here, he got almost completely certified. So on his 18th birthday, we gave him a helmet, his unit number, and he has got 2 or 3 structure fires under his belt now.
Nate Crum, a senior at Floyd Central, has had a dream of being a firefighter since he was little, following his dad's footsteps and hanging out with him at the station.
And he has actually been hanging around the A fire department since he was around 5 years old.
From bare feet as a small child to now wearing the boots of a firefighter, his future career is months away from becoming his reality.
Once I get out, I should graduate my EMT class that I'm currently in, and after that I'll move on to become a full career firefighter.
And because of the junior program, he is more prepared to step out of high school and into his career. Instead of heading to the station after school to work, he will be there full time, alongside his dad daily. And Nate's dad said he is ready for him.
With him not being around, it's kind of lonely when he's not here. I miss him, so.
The program has prepared Nate for his next steps and will continue for young firefighters who are the future of our communities. In Floyd County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Chief Thomas says students must maintain a C average to be in the program, and that is a priority.
My goodness, what a beautiful day throughout eastern Kentucky. We had wall-to-wall sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. Take a look here at the temperature over in Harlan County. Of course, this is higher up in altitude. 59 degrees is the current temperature there. Let's go to Rowan County, and you can see here, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet Station, 73 degrees. Humidity is at 20. We have a nice westerly wind at 10 miles per hour. Other areas across eastern Kentucky play out like this. We're in the 70s throughout the area. We're at 75 in Boonville, 76 Manchester, Middlesboro's at 73. Same story in Jacksboro. All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. High pressure is large and in charge. It's going to stay in control throughout the day on Wednesday. We're going to see a beautiful evening out there. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. You can see by midnight we're going to hover right around 60, upper 50s or upper 40s, low 50s by 6 a.m., mid 60s by noon. I'll have your complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Caroline.
All right, Eric, thank you. One man is facing charges related to child sexual abuse material in Whitley County. Last Friday, KSP arrested 54-year-old Randy Pace as the result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. State police say they investigated after they learned of the exploitation on Pace's device. Police went to Pace's home after obtaining a search warrant. Pace was charged with 1 count of distribution of matter portraying a minor in a sexual performance. A West Virginia man is facing charges after police say he appeared to be passed out near the Martin County Senior Citizens Center. Police say when they found Jonathan Pack last Thursday, he had slurred speech and bloodshot eyes. When they searched Pack's vehicle, officers found a box containing a white powder substance, several syringes, and a digital scale, among other things. Pack was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. A Richmond man is facing charges after he was found trafficking drugs in Pikeville. It happened on Saturday when police pulled George Walker over for speeding on Hambly Boulevard. After police asked for consent to search Walker's vehicle, they found a large amount of suspected meth, as well as cocaine, drug paraphernalia, and cash. Walker was then taken to the Pike County Detention Center. In Whitley County, 2 people are facing charges after police found meth, Suboxone, and needles in their possession. The incident happened last Friday when police pulled a vehicle over on US 25 for a traffic violation. From there, police learned that Devin Jackson had reportedly committed theft at a gas station involving stolen lottery tickets worth more than $2,000. Jackson and Tina Davis were taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. One Leslie County man is facing charges after he tried to break into a home in Perry County. At approximately noon, deputies with the Perry County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to a home in the Fusonia community. Callers reported that Scott Stacy tried to get into their home. When police arrived, they found Stacy, and when told by several witnesses, he tried to enter the home. He was taken to the Kentucky River Regional Jail. An audit found hundreds of millions of dollars in financial reporting mistakes. According to Auditor Allison Ball, the statewide single audit reviewed more than $22 billion in state and federal funds. It found more than $500 million in reporting mistakes. Auditor Ball says the report helps make sure Kentucky is correctly tracking its finances and safeguarding taxpayer dollars. A second part of the audit report will be released in the coming weeks.
All right, this is a scene from earlier today. We had wall-to-wall sunshine throughout eastern Kentucky, hardly a cloud in the sky. We'll see another couple of days where it's going to be very nice, but rain and thunderstorm chances are in the forecast. Details coming up.